Urban legends are strange things. They are the folklore of today. Stories that feel disturbingly real. They spread quickly like unseen shadows. People whisper these unsettling tales, always in hushed, fearful tones. These narratives reflect our deepest fears, our collective unspoken anxieties. They act as a dark mirror to society, a rather distorted, chilling reflection indeed. These tales are not ancient myths. They are born from modern life, from the cold steel of city streets, from the unsettling quiet of suburbs. They often carry a stark warning, a twisted moral, perhaps sometimes, but mostly they carry a profound dread, a persistent, gnawing sense of unease. They linger uncomfortably in the mind long after the words have faded. Think of the gruesome stories you heard, perhaps as a child, small and afraid, or even now in the dead of night, the ones that made your skin crawl, the ones that made you look over your shoulder. These are the hallmarks of urban legends. They shape our perception of danger, of the vast, terrifying unknown. They are an undeniable part of our shared culture, a chilling yet strangely thrilling part. Japan has many such dreadful legends. Its ancient folklore is remarkably rich and often profoundly terrifying to behold. These stories are frequently very specific and always disturbingly visual in nature. They tap into our most primal fears, the fear of the ominous stranger, the fear of grotesque disfigurement, the fear of an inescapable, cruel fate. One such legend stands out starkly, a truly horrifying, unforgettable figure. The slit-mouthed woman, known in Japan as Kuchisake-onna. Her name alone sends shivers down the spine. Imagine a lone woman, if you will. She approaches you on the street, usually at dusk as shadows lengthen, or on a desolate, lonely pathway. Her lower face is strangely hidden, often by a common surgical mask. This is not unusual in Japan. So you suspect nothing. At first, she will stop you without warning. She will then ask you a question, a seemingly simple, innocent question. "Am I pretty?" she will whisper softly. Your answer to this is critical. It irrevocably seals your terrible fate. If you dare to say no to her, she will kill you without hesitation, often with a large pair of scissors, or perhaps a gleaming scythe. A truly brutal, bloody end awaits. But what if you say yes instead? You might foolishly think you are safe. You are catastrophically, terribly wrong. If you answer yes, she removes her mask, revealing her true, horrifying face. Her mouth is slit hideously wide from one ear to the other, a grotesque, bloody, permanent grin. "How about now?" she will ask again. Her voice is chilling, cold and dead. If you still manage to say yes, or if you scream in pure terror, or even show the slightest fear, she will then slit your own mouth to be just like hers, you see. So you too can be pretty. There is no truly easy escape from her. Some say you can confuse her with vague, ambiguous answers or by offering her hard, sweet candy. But these are just faint whispers, desperate, fleeting, fragile hopes. Where did this terrifying figure emerge from? Some say her disturbing story dates back to the historical Edo period of Japan, a tale of a jealous, cruel husband. He mutilated his beautiful, unfaithful wife, or perhaps it was his concubine, so no one else would find her attractive. Her vengeful spirit then returned, they say, to inflict similar dreadful pain on others, a chilling tale of bitter betrayal and truly horrific, unending revenge. Other versions place her origins later, more recently, in the late 1970s. There were widespread rumors then of a real woman, a dangerous patient, one who had escaped a mental institution, or perhaps a tragic victim of a botched, disfiguring surgical procedure. These more modern takes on her story made her feel even more real, more present, more immediate and threatening. The fear spread like a raging wildfire across Japan, especially through schoolyards. The legend has many slight variations. Sometimes she carries different sharp weapons. Sometimes her haunting questions change a little. In some terrifying tales, it is said she targets vulnerable children specifically. This particular variation caused widespread panic during the 1970s, a time of great fear. Schools were forced to increase their security. Young children were often escorted home. The fear was palpable, a heavy shroud. It showed the incredible power of a story. The societal impact was truly significant. The legend became a genuine, potent scare. It was not just a simple story anymore. It was perceived as a real, lurking threat. This demonstrates how urban legends can grow, how they can transcend mere entertainment. They can actively influence human behavior. They can create waves of collective anxiety. The Slit-Mouthed woman became a boogeyman for an entire generation of Japanese people, and her dark, unsettling influence persists. Such a potent and visual legend was naturally bound to inspire artists, and especially horror filmmakers, of course. The sheer visual horror of Kuchisake-onna is utterly undeniable and deeply disturbing. Her unsettling masked appearance at first, her horrific, sudden, bloody reveal, the sheer abject dread she instills. It is perfect, chilling material for horror. The film carved the slit-mouthed woman, known as Kuchisake-onna from 2007, is one such terrifying screen adaptation. It brought her awful terror to audiences. The film took the core, chilling elements from the widely known urban legend. The strange, masked woman, naturally, the dreadful, inescapable, chilling question. The gruesome, bloody, violent consequences. It wove them into a new narrative, often adding its own unique interpretations, its own unexpected, frightening twists. It sought to capture the visceral fear the legend had instilled in Japan for so many decades of whispered dread. It aimed to make audiences feel that same terror. The slit-mouthed woman's legacy is enduring. She is far more than just a simple monster. She represents a deep-seated, primal fear. The fear of sudden, inexplicable violence. The fear of beauty, twisted and corrupted. The fear of a terrifying question, a question with no truly right answer. She has appeared in disturbing manga, in chilling anime, and in other films, and undoubtedly in countless nightmares, a persistent shadow in the collective mind. Her cultural significance is quite profound. She remains one of Japan's most famous and most feared urban legends, a chilling, stark reminder for us all of how stories can deeply shape us, how they can utterly, completely terrify us, and how they can continue to live on. Passed carefully from person to person, a dreadful whisper in the encroaching dark, a horrifying grin hidden behind a mask. The slit-mouthed woman endures forever, a terrifying, unforgettable cultural icon.